Hey everyone, so there was an article on Mises.org talking about something that I've always thought about. The national conversation pertaining to healthcare invariably revolves around health insurance and coverage. That's all well and good, but I have always thought that much more time and energy should be devoted not to insurance companies, but rather lowering actual healthcare costs themselves. There are a lot of moving parts in the healthcare industry, but there's a similar phenomenon going through not only healthcare, but also higher education, for example. And both have to do with government intervention. Many students going to college are not as sensitive to price as they would be if federal loans weren't given out like candy. I'm not saying price isn't important, but the federal government loan sharking practices certainly makes the price tag for college less crucial, and big shocker, prices increase and debt increases. In much the same way, government has forced the importance and supposed necessity of health insurance down our collective throats. Because of this, people are not nearly as price sensitive as they otherwise would be if there was an actual price tag on many of the healthcare services and products provided in this country. It's a well-known fact that even many doctors, specialists, and other healthcare providers aren't even fully aware of the price of many products and services that they themselves may offer. Again, this is a result in large part due to the government rigging the game to increase the influence of insurance companies. Just think about the bailouts insurance companies knew they would receive under Obamacare if things ever went awry. Or think about the huge subsidies even Trump is willing to give them when they do what they know to otherwise be a bad decision. They know government will be there if they fall, so there is no incentive to act responsibly, and in fact, there's all the incentive in the world to act irresponsibly and cover large groups of people that will render their insurance company unviable and bankrupt. But again, it becomes a smart move for these companies to make bad decisions because they know big government will be there to save them. Competitive pricing and competitive business practices have almost entirely been replaced by simply seeking out a decent insurance premium and low enough deductible, which, by the way, are becoming increasingly more scarce as government involves itself more and more in the healthcare industry. And as this happens, people are exposed less and less to prices, which in turn will cause them to rise, which will then cause premiums and deductibles to rise, and eventually the government that was the catalyst to these problems will ride in and pretend to hold the solutions to all of our issues. A great example of all of this was discussed in the Mises article as well, in which it points out LASIK surgery as a medical procedure generally not being covered by insurance. Negotiations between the patient and the hospital take place, the costs are laid out right on the table, they're not ambiguous or opaque, and in turn quality goes up while prices come down due to competition and an actual market. It's a wonderful thing that can happen when we get the hell away from insurance companies that have been infected by the government. Thanks, and that's it for this video. Later on.